So, a couple of days away until the new Premier League season starts. So why not we throw off our Premier League predictions for the 25-26 season. Hi again, it's me. Today we're doing my Premier League 25-26 table predictions. And yep, the luck I get today at the guys' house is us. I'm gonna go again. 7 likes again today for the third video in a row. And let me tell you, the time I'm recording this, 10 subs away from 200 subs. Subscribe out there as we're trying to get ourselves up to 200 subs by the end of the summer days. But you can subscribe if you want to. But starting off the 20th place, up down. We should call them the yo-yos because it's Burnley that's going down. Sadly, 20th place. Now after that they'll be finishing in every relegation place every time they've been relegated. So it's going to be 20th for Burnley. They've lost James Trafford to Man City. They've lost CJ Egan-Riley to Marseille. I know they're saying Kyle Walker, but could he actually do something? I think he could pull off I think he's going to sadly pull off his first relegation with the club and his career. He was in the Euro finalists once 2 seasons ago, 13 months ago. But sadly, I do think Burnley will sadly probably go relegated 20th place. 19th place, I think you all know where this is going. And I bet that's when someone's saying, please don't tell me this is going to be another person saying, oh, relegated, all 13 will be relegated. Nope. It's been Wolves, 19th place. Wolves. They lost Matthias Cunha, absolutely hate him. Just went to Man United. And he lost their left back. I don't know his name, but I know he's Algerian. I think he's Algerian. And it's going to be a tough season again for Wolves, but I really think I think they might go down, but it's going to be really tight for Wolves. They've been in the Prem for so long, but I think all good things must come to an end, sadly. Wolves are going down, 19th place for me. 18th place, they've been there for 5 seasons. Lost Thomas Frank to Tottenham. It's Brentford that is going down. Ooh, it's going to be another tough season for Brentford. But last season they finished 10th. But they lost Brian McWennell to Man United. Well, when are Man United cooking in transfers? I'll get to them in a bit. But yeah, Brentford have sadly lost Brian McWennell. But that's one of the main players they've lost. But it's going to be another tough season again for Brentford. They signed Liverpool's backup goalkeeper from Ireland. And it's going to be another tough season. But they've signed Jordan Henderson. But it's going to be a tough season for Brentford, sadly. They've been there for 5 seasons. But then 5 seasons, I think Brentford will sadly come to an end of the Premier League era for 5 seasons. So Brentford, 18th place. What do you think? As for my 17th place, it's the champions of the championship last season. Leeds United are going to stay up, 17th place. The signings they're pulling off, it's not about their overall rating. It's their height they're pulling off. Leeds are kind of, they're actually thinking outside the box, Leeds. Because I think they're the first team to think about signing players that are over 6 foot. I think they might be cooking in the set pieces, so I think that's going to cause them to stay up, really. I mean, the first promoted team from the Championship to the Prem to stay up since 2023. And that's why I'm saying Leeds are going to stay up, 17th place for me. As for my 16th place, it's going to be West Ham, 16th place. It's going to be another average season. I don't know if they should have Aaron Bowen, but I do think they could actually have him still. They have Matt Hermanson from Leicester. I had him on fantasy team for Game 2 in the EFL Fantasy team, but ended up in the last minute saying, here we go to West Ham. And they're going to sign Fernandes on Southampton, I think. They're on the verge of signing him from Southampton, but it's going to be a very tight season again for West Ham. And that's why I'm thinking West Ham are going to finish 16th, but I think they're going to be safe. As for my 15th place, it's going to be Fulham. 15th Fulham again, it's going to be a tight season. It's going to be a tougher season this season because it's going to be tough. I don't know if Anthony Robertson, the left back, is going to be there still. Like the whole season. It might be last season might have been a full season in there. But It's got to be a very, very tight season for Fulham. It's going to be quite a competitive season again. But Fulham were up there last season. They were around the European places. But it's going to be very tight. I do think it'll be a very tight season for Fulham. So 15th place for me is going to be Fulham. As for my 14th place, I don't think you will be expecting this one to come. Playoff winners, Sunderland. Does form matter? Does the form matter? Because Sunderland 14th, their final 5 games of the season before the playoffs, lost 5 in a row. 5 losses in a row. No. And then after that, they beat Coventry 125 minutes to actually win the playoffs aggregate scoreline, win the playoffs final in the 96th minute, and Mr. Walton left to Brighton, and went on a shopping spree, signed Granit Xhaka, one of the main ones who is going to be captaining Sunderland. Granit Xhaka signed, what a player, what a shock. Did not see that coming, and they signed plenty of more players, and signed Enzo Lavi, permanent from Roma. And it's going to be something else for Sunderland, and that's why I really think that Sunderland, I think there might be a moment, or might be one game, I think Sunderland might beat Newcastle in one of the Newcastle games. But I do think Sunderland will finish 14th. It's going to be a quite nice season for Sunderland. As my 13th place, it's going to be Bournemouth. Bournemouth, what a season last season. They were 10th place last season. I think they were, but what a season it was last season for Bournemouth. But I know they lost most of their defence. Their defence is gone. But they signed one from Lille for 33 mil, and the name's right here. But it's going to be a very tough season for Bournemouth. I think they might concede a lot more goals than they did last season. But I do think Bournemouth will be chilling in the low mid-tables. Bournemouth, 13th place for me. Then in 12th place, another fall down, Nottingham Forest. I do think Nottingham Forest will be doing quite well in Europe, especially as they are in the Europa League. Somehow they got in the Europa League because Crystal Palace had been demoted to the Conference League, sadly. But Nottingham Forest, I do think they might. I really think they might. It's going to be a very tough season, but I do think they might have. It's going to be a very tough season, but I do think that Nottingham Forest will have a good run in the Europa League as well. But Nottingham Forest, 12th place for me. As my 11th place, they're climbing up 1 place. Crystal Palace, FA Cup winners and the Community Shield winners. 11th place, Crystal Palace. I don't know if Abira Eze might leave for Arsenal or Tottenham. I think Mark Aguay, the centre back, might leave for Liverpool. I don't know, but it's going to be a very tough season with Crystal Palace in the squad depth. But I do think they might have a good run in the Conference League. Don't know if they're going to get there, but who knows. But I do think they have a good run in that. I think they might have a good run in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. But I do think it's going to be a good season for them again, for Crystal Palace. And 11th place for me is going to be Crystal Palace. As my 10th place, big shock. Big shock. I'm going for Newcastle, 10th place. But I know they signed Anthony Elanga from Nottingham Forest. They signed a centre-back from AC Milan. But they're on the verge. They're getting rejected from every single corner. They're getting rejected from one corner to another corner, and then another. They were planning on signing James Trafford, rejected. Benjamin Sesko, rejected. Liam Dunlop, rejected. Brian Moreno, rejected. Everyone's getting rejected, but except for some. But Alexander Isak might leave, and if he does, no, technically he should stay because I don't think there's enough room for Liverpool, really. But I do think that Newcastle will finish 10th place. It's going to be a tough season for Newcastle, but I do think they'll probably pull off a good fight this season. As my 9th place finish, it's going to be Brighton. That'll finish 9th place for me. Yeah, it's going to be a very tough season. It's going to be quite a nice season for Brighton again. 9th place for me, another top half finish. It's going to be a nice season for Brighton, but I do think Brighton will be Brighton. I think they won't be down yet. They ain't gonna be in the bottom half, like deep down. So it's gonna be a very tight season for Brighton, but I do think that Brighton will finish 9th place for me. They lost João Pedro to Chelsea, and they ended up winning the Club World Cup for Chelsea. But I do think that Brighton will finish 9th. place for me. So 9th place for me is with Brighton. Then heading into the top 8 now with my 8th place. Haven't said yet. It starts with an E. Everton is finishing 8th place. Have a new stadium called the Hill Dickinson Stadium. I think that's the name, but I know it's Hill Dickinson, but I think it's another name. But yeah, but I know they signed Jack Grealish on loan for a season-long loan. But what a loan signing that is for Everton. But I know their players are aging quite well. Most of the players have been there for like almost 5 years, 5, 6, 7 years now. I know Jordan Pickford's been there for like 7 years. They have David Moyes in charge. But I do think that Everton will have a great season. I think the Hill Dickinson Stadium will be a fortress this season. And I do think that Everton will finish 8th place. As my 7th place, it's going to be Tottenham Hotspur. 10 places higher than they were last season. It's going to be a 7th place finish for Tottenham. They have Thomas Frank in charge. Sadly, they've lost Heung-min Son. He's left to join LAFC. He's been there for 10 years and he's become club legend. And yeah, what a sad moment it was for Tottenham after losing them. But I do think that Tottenham will perform quite well with Thomas Frank in charge. They could be on the side. They could be on the road to signing Savinio from Man City. I think that's his name. But I do think that Tottenham will finish 7th place for me. 6th place, I think they're going to be equal points with Tottenham. It's going to be Man United, 6th place. It's the 2nd season in a row that I'm saying that Man United will finish 6th, and I think they will finish 6th this season. They have a new attack. Brian Bueno, Matheus Cunha, and Benjamin Sesko. How did they manage to pull that off? How did they manage to pull that off? I ain't got a clue on how they managed to pull that off, but I think Rasmus Højlund might sadly leave. I don't know about Onana, but I've heard rumours about January Donnarumma. If they sign them, oh my days. I don't know what's going on with Man United recently, but I really think that Man United might finish 6th place. It's going to be a rebuild season, and it's going to be a 6th place rebuild for Man United. As my 5th place, it's going to be another Champions League spot for a 2nd season in a row. Aston Villa is getting 5th place. If they can keep Emi Martinez in goal for Aston Villa, I think they could be 5th place. But if they don't, I might have to lower them down a bit. But I do think Aston Villa they might have a good Europa League run. They might even get to the final. Who knows? But I do think that Aston Villa will get Champions League 5th place. They still have Ollie Watkins, and it's going to be a nice season with Aston Villa again. Despite missing out on Champions League last season, I think they're going to get Champions League back again this season, for next season. So 5th place for me is Aston Villa. As my 4th place, trophyless City for the first time in almost 2017. Man City is finishing 4th place. But I do think they will do better than they did last season. But I think this season they're gonna do quite better this season. They signed James Trafford from Burnley. I love him. I love that goalkeeper. Absolutely, yes. He's one of my favourite goalkeepers in football. And they have, Rodri's coming back, so that's going to give City a good boost after his ACL injury in September 2024. And it's going to be a very nice season for Man City. They've pulled off quite a good couple of signings. And I really think that Man City will finish 4th place for me. So 4th place is going to be Man City. As my 3rd place, they won't be 2nd anymore because they're going down a place. Arsenal is finishing 3rd place. They wanted to go up a place. They're going to go down a place, but it's for a competitive reason because it's so competitive. The top 5, it's getting more competitive every year in the Prem, for the race of the Champions League and race for the title. I do think it's going to be a very competitive season. But I think that Arsenal will drop down to 3rd. They've signed Victor Gyökeres from Sporting. I knew that transfer would happen. I absolutely knew that transfer would happen. They signed Madueke from Chelsea. Why? And they signed and there's a couple more. Yep. And I do think that Arsenal will finish third. But I really think it'll be a good season for Arsenal. But I do think that Arsenal may drop down a place. Third place for me will be Arsenal. As my second place, go please, it's going to be Chelsea. That will finish second place for me. Yeah, they signed Liam Dallas from Ipswich. They signed João Pedro. They just constantly sign player after player. And it's just unreal. But I do not want Liam Dallas getting benched. I just don't want it to happen. But he might do, really. But I think they might be signing constant players for a smart reason. Because I do think I really hope they lose. I really think they might sell Nicholas Jackson. But I hope they do. But it's a massive who knows really, but for Chelsea, I've really been having a second. Everyone's now like equal gameplay because of Champions League and other competitions. So Chelsea might perform quite well really this season. So second place for me will be Chelsea. As for my title winners, first place, I think you might already know this one. It's going to be Liverpool, but it's going to get their 21st league title in the top flight. The amount of signings they pulled off is just unreal. Frimpong and Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen. Gutgez, the left back from Liverpool. They've signed Ekatike. They've lost Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez, and they might be on the verge of signing Alexander Isak. If they do, they might get to 100. They might probably get to 100 Liverpool, but I hope not. No, but who knows really, but I do think that Liverpool will probably do quite well, or might do better than last season at the end, but I do think Liverpool might win the league again. But they lost the Community Shield final, but it is what it is for Liverpool really. But I do think that Liverpool will win the league again. But if you're wondering, here is my full table of the Premier League predictions right here. But yeah, if it's my predictions, and if you can comment down below on what your predictions will be, and say, I believe in the Man United might win the league. I believe in Man City will probably, I believe in Man City will probably get caught by FFP for 115 charges. But I believe that all three teams will probably go straight down again. But it's your predictions. You can comment down below. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. I've enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and share. And you'll see you guys later. Bye.